Thank you, Vicky. That was a very kind welcome. I'll also acknowledge that we come to you here from Larrakia country and acknowledge the traditional owners of all the lands on which we are meeting today. We walk in the steps of amazing people who set a path for us and whose resilience and persistence and vision meant that we were able to do so much well through the COVID-19 experience. It's because we've been brought up in a tradition here of strength, of surviving, of turning everything into an opportunity that you possibly can and being part of the solution. And I think this event, Silver Linings Beyond the Silos, says that that's what we do here. We work in partnership to find solutions. And I hope that that's what you find through today. Vicky, thank you very much for your very generous welcome and for taking us through the event. I think it's going to be very exciting. For us at the Northern Institute at Charles Darwin University, we were established 10 years ago through a partnership between NT Government and CDU to build strong research to answer the questions and bring evidence to important policy issues for the Territory, led by Territorians in partnership with the Territorians, and to leave a legacy with Territorians through that work. And I think that's what you will see today through everything and all of our presenters. Today we're going to particularly think about those inspiring and creative responses that happened in the Territory. Yes, we've had a very good outcome, but it wasn't for lack of challenges. So I think that we can see that a great strength and a lot of lessons through what we've done, but we can take them forward into the future as a normal way of working. So one of the things we did at the Northern Institute is we have had Indigenous researchers lead at a senior level, at every level. Researchers are partners, Indigenous researchers are partners and leaders of the research. We design the research together, we decide about research that has co-benefits. So what did we want to do? There was always a dream of leadership from on-country by Indigenous people. Well, people from the university couldn't travel out onto country, and people from the community who wanted to go back home were on their country. So we decided this was an opportunity to realise that and turn that into a mandate for the way we would work, and shifted all of our processes to support people to stay on country and lead their projects. This built a whole range of new ways of working. Some of the projects are going to start scaling through on the slides, and you'll see some of that work. But it meant that we had projects where people could think through partnership, new ways of doing work, and how you make that work within the existing systems and the challenges that they present. This meant that we developed a whole range of new forms of work. One was to build the opportunity for people to lead their research from their country and not have to come and live in the city. That made a big difference, and that goes on today. A lot of the artists shift into the digital world as they couldn't bring their art into exhibitions and do a lot of the normal things. They've shifted into the digital world, and it's their work that you're seeing now printed on so many of our material, on lots of furniture, on all sorts of things. But that has really accelerated that work now into building online museums, online tourism. There's a whole new world out there, and that means that being on country is the strength, not the weakness. It also meant that there was things like making movies or building new opportunities to engage with remote areas as a strong place to work was very important. People worked together to build projects that told the story of how to work in communities. There was a very strong piece led by two Torres Strait Islanders in partnership with us and the Northern Territory Government that worked on Aboriginal business resilience. They invented a TV station overnight, which they ran and interviewed lots of people around the place. They then started meeting with people on Facebook. Hundreds of people were meeting every week. They put all the materials online. Now, we were told all of this was going to be impossible prior to COVID-19. You've all heard that before, but now we've made it possible, and now we have to keep those things going. We have developed micro-credentials so people can take the part of the courses that interests them and that is aligned to their work, so that they are authorised to be the leaders of that work long term. And that also maps into people taking on undergraduate, postgraduate courses, so that it changes the power balance of how that work will happen. We led a whole lot of work around governance and diplomacy. So how do we do governance effectively in partnership with external groups like the NT government, like the Commonwealth government, like industry, to build business on communities that is successful and decision-making processes that people lead. And finally, there was some fantastic work done around disaster management that bore fruit, because it said, when you want to do disaster management well, listen to people on country, work in partnership. They actually know a whole lot and have worked with disasters for a very long time. So moving away from a command and control structure to a partnership structure meant that there was a much better response to those disasters in this period. Now, you're going to hear a whole lot more examples over this time, and I'm now going to hand over to the next person.